guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Today, we are going to fragment summon Drokgul the Gaunt. Is this champion worth fusing? Fragmenting, fusing, summoning? Is he worth it? Is this champion good? My inclination is he is worth it. He is a really solid champion, but we're going to find out today. I'm going to summon him right now, then I'm going to come back a few hours later, aka a few seconds later for you guys, after we're able to actually max him out and try him out everywhere in the game. So here he is, Drokgul the Gaunt. On his A1, he has a stun. On the A2, by the way, based on HP, which I love to see, on the A2, increase attack buff and increase defense buff on all allies for 2 turns. Also place the block damage buff for 1 turn on all allies with less than 30% HP. That's really solid on a 3-turn cooldown. And then he has this big, long runestone blessing. Place a shield buff equal to 15% of this champion's max HP on all allies for 3 turns. Passive effect, heals each ally by 15% of this champion's max HP whenever a shield buff is expired, removed, or broken by an enemy attack. Allies whose shields buff are broken will also counterattack the enemy that breaks the shield. When a shield is broken, the heal occurs instantly before any remaining damage from the shield breaking attack is taken. Wow, that is a long mouthful here on his passive, on his runestone blessing. It's not a passive, it just has an passive effect on it. And then he has increased ally HP in all battles by 25%. Really quickly, this is the type of champion that you absolutely need to take a look at the base stats on to properly assess how good he is. And he has a very high base HP, which works perfectly well. I'm thinking make this dude the ultra support champion in a shield set. Stay tuned to find out how we do. Alright guys, 2.5 hours later, we are back at you here, Drokgul the Gaunt. So we've actually had a chance to play him. I have kind of new opinions formulated about this champion after playing with around with him in a variety of different areas in the game for an hour or two. So first of all, the Runestone Blessing, really cool ability, and I love the fact that it has a counterattack. Allies whose shields buffs are broken will also counterattack the enemy that breaks the shield. That makes him interesting in Arena paired with champions that have an AoE on the A1, such as Biggin or Skullcrown. It also makes him interesting for Fire Knight specifically, and for Clan Boss because he does also have the increased attack and increased defense, and if an ally is in trouble, he'll have the block damage. So all of those abilities really, really good for, again, Clan Boss, Fire Knight, Ice Golem to a certain extent, any progression, Nightmare campaign as well. I think he's a really solid option. So let's go ahead and show him off here. Real quick, Masteries. If you're using him for Clan Boss, if you're using him for Clan Boss, I would definitely go with War Master, and I would not go with Defensive Tree, okay? So, Dungeons exclusively or Clan Boss exclusively, not in the arena at all. I would actually prefer War Master on this champion. However, for him, I'm going to kind of try him out in arena, maybe a tag team as well. So I went with a Defensive Tree with Retribution, which synergizes, as we mentioned, really well with the A1 that has the 40% stun when booked. For support tree, there's a lot to get, right? I want to get all those shields, the heals and the shield, basically shield bearer and rapid response. I also want to get healing savior on this champion. I went down as well to Lore of Steel, to Evil Eye, and I ended on Timely Intervention, which actually works pretty well with him. Increases turn meter when allies' HP drops below 25%. Get him back in there, back into the game, cut in line with those heals and shields. So I put him in a shield artifact set. He's going to have the double shield. I'm a big fan of the double shield strategy. For that reason, I really only concentrated on HP, 86,000, and speed on this champion. So I built him out with a lot of speed and a lot of HP. So he's going often, and I didn't really care about any of the stats that I'm using. I went with HP on the gauntlets, HP percentage on the chest as well. I went speed on the boots, and then I haven't fully upgraded the artifacts yet. Suffice it to say that HP will be bumped up a few more thousand, but on the ring, HP, on the amulet, HP, and on the banner, HP. Now his accuracy is very low. I am okay with him not landing all of those stuns on the A1 despite Retribution. So I think if you're gonna go Retribution, if you're gonna go defense, I would actually advise you guys go probably accuracy unless you can get the accuracy in other substats of gear. So do as I say, not as I do. I think if I had to kind of redo this right now, which I'm not going to, if I was gonna have this low of accuracy, I would just go War Master. Otherwise, what's even the point of Retribution? I picked my Masteries before I actually put all the artifacts on this champion, so lesson learned so you guys don't have to. So that's how I'm building out this champion. You don't have to put a shield set on this champion. However, again, he has very, very high base HP with almost 23,000 and very high speed, so take advantage of those two stats. 107 speed, very, very fast, and HP very, very, well equipped for a shield set for the double shield. All right, guys, so let's start out in the arena here with this champion, and I have a pretty cool team built. Let's see who we can face here. Let's go to like the hardest opponent we can find. And the reason I like this team is if we don't go first, we're going to have that big, big shield to help us out for at least hopefully keep our champions alive so Arbiter can revive people. So having a speed lead, and then I have Gala Longbraids, a champion that we don't talk about a ton here on the channel. It's cool. She has a cool kit and it synergizes really well with Drokgul because on the A3, ignores defense 25% on every turn, and then on every hit, and then grants an extra turn if she's at full HP. So if we take the first turn on this team, she'll go with a sheer swagger, and then she'll go into Fearless Aggression. Fearless Aggression will ignore 50% of the target's defense when attacking under a shield buff. We will have that shield buff, so that's going to be great as well. And then we have him paired with Skullcrown as well, who has an AoE on her A1. So when that shield wears off, she will counterattack every enemy. So let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we go first on this team. We'll see. I don't have the team properly speed tuned as well. I'm probably going to have to get Drokgul. If I was going to have a team like this, probably going to have to get him a little bit faster, probably about 20 speed faster right now. So we'll go first, but it looks like that Arbiter is going to cut us in line and then go to the Seeker, and then we might get nuked to death. Let's see. Oh, look at how short he was on the speed. So close there. But we do have this big shield, and we're able to withstand Biggin. Unfortunately, though, we do lose Skullcrown. We'll be able to pick her right back up. Right here, and then take an extra turn, and then let's see if we can cut in line here. We can. So we don't have full HP. I need to kill... I really need to kill Biggin right now because even though Arbiter is going to revive him, I can't afford... And we don't have a shield buff on her, so let's just go in. I can't afford to take a nuke from him, right? So again, Skullcrown dies. It's okay because now, finally... we get to get this shield buff on everybody. Now at least we have a little bit of sustainability here. Even with Arbiter there, we're not too worried about it. We're going to chop it down everybody one at a time here is the goal. Arbiter next. One and done. So Gala really helping the team out here. So we get the provoke on Drokgul. I have a problem with his name. I'm saying it very slow, and I'm probably still getting it wrong. Let's see if we can turn meter here. No, well, we can land the weekend, though. That's going to help. We do lose him there. This is a good battle here, guys, right? Okay. So let's go in with the... It's one enemy 2 times. We might be able to hit... We might be able to kill him right here. Yeah, we do. So, man, Gala taking out the whole team. We're going to revive everybody, and this is kind of... It's kind of a cool team, right? I mean, it's not predicated on having Arbiter. I could have Skullcrown in the lead instead. Granted, speed would be a little bit more of an issue, but the whole idea behind this team is we go second, right? So let's go ahead and go to Fire Knight, because I want to show you as much as I can here on this video. And it's taken me, like I said, about 3 hours to record. So I put him with a more free-to-play friendly team than we saw in the arena here. I just want to show you guys that he can support an entire team of rares, essentially, which is what we're going to do. So that's exactly, and you know, Apothecary I still like for Fire Knight, even though in stage 20 he is a negative affinity matchup. I still think he's a great option for you guys because his heals and his speed are going to remain the same despite having a negative affinity matchup, and he still has a 3-hitter on his A1, which is going to help you out. He also has that great aura with the defense on it as well. I have him with Bellower, who has a stun set on, so he's going to help with CC a little bit. I believe he has a stun set on, but either way, even with the stuns, I don't think it's really going to matter. He does have a stun set, but it's not really going to matter. This team's not going to die because we don't even need a reviver on this team because of these shields, right? They're really incredible. The only thing we have to worry about here is Errol on this wave, but with these shields, they're super OP, right? I mean, none of our champions' health are going to be impacted by this, and I think this is going to be a champion, if you guys are struggling in Spiders or in Fire Knight, equally as good in Spiders with a shield. He can be your support if you don't have Miscreated Monster. He can serve that type of a role, a Krisk the Ageless type of role, in terms of those really nice shields to keep your damage dealers, your Cold Hearts, your whoever, Royal Guards alive in Spider, right? So I won't show you the Spider's run, but essentially, or maybe I will at the end of the video, just to show you. I'm not going to build a whole more free-to-play friendly team around him. I think I have 2 Cold Hearts on the team, but I will show you that really quickly after this run, just so you can see, you know, use cases on this champion. I'm interested to hear if any of you guys have built him out. Again, I'm not going to show you Clan Boss in this video, but again, with the defense up and the shield and the increased attack, I think he has a lot in his kit that could be valuable to you guys in Clan Boss. This is not going to be the fastest team in the world here on Fire Knight, as you guys can see, but you know, am I going to be using this champion all the time? And no, not on my account. Maybe, though, when Doom Tower, depending, you know? But I'll probably use him in Faction Wars. Definitely a great support champion for Faction Wars as well. And again, here with this team, Fire Knight's going to take a little bit longer. The reason I like him in Fire Knight is because when Fire Knight breaks those shields, again, we're going to be looking great because we have the counterattack every single time, so we're going to be able to chip away at his shield when he breaks our shields, you know? So I think that's a kind of a cool synergy that he lends to a Fire Knight team. And again, it's going to be, basically, this fight is going to last as long as it takes for Coldheart to land a Heartseeker when the shield is down, and there it goes. So that's going to be a decreased turn meter. I wish it hit for a little bit harder there. But either way, that's what we're really relying on, because we don't have that allure, we don't have that Man-Eater, we don't have that Lysandra on the team to absolutely just end the fight as soon as that shield goes down. That's why I love those champions for Fire Knight. They're kind of like a cheat code to Fire Knight, the champions like that with the siphon ability out of Man-Eater. And I forgot the name off the top of my head of Lysandris. Either way, and a Coldheart. There's plenty of other champions like that as well with those really strong turn meter depletions. So here we go, guys. You know, 3 minute and 30-second run or so. One big hit here, and it would be over. But it's nice to have that heal reduction. Coldheart's so good. I do think that Coldheart is the best champion for Fire Knight inside the entire game. 4-hitter on her A1 is tremendous. Full turn meter depletion and millions of damage on her A3 is amazing. And she has a heal reduction. You can't tell me there's a better champion in the game than Coldheart for Fire Knight. Who is it? Who has all 3 of those things? Ton of damage, 4-hitter, a lot. But this video isn't about Coldheart. My bad. All right, so let's sell that. And, you know, he didn't put out much damage because we don't have War Master on him. He could get that damage much higher, probably 400 to 600,000 if we did have War Master on him. I'm just going to put him in my main instead of whoever I'm using right now. I am using Krisk. Instead of Krisk, I will use him as my kind of support champion here with 2 Cold Hearts and a Royal Guard and Dracomore for the decreased defense and the weaken. And you're going to see that these shields, plus his ability, is going to be enough to keep the team alive before they kill the spider. And that's all we're looking for here. We have 2 shields down, and I think that's going to be enough to keep Coldheart, both of our Coldhearts alive the entire battle. We might lose the one on the right, the far right here. But either way, you know, let me know, guys. What do you think of this champion? I think he's great. I think he's I'm a big fan of support champions in the game, especially as things get more difficult, right? As they introduce, you know, 6 months ago, a year ago, whatever it was, Nightmare Campaign, as they introduce, and again, everybody's super, super healthy here, as they introduce Doom Tower, as they introduce Faction Wars, like everything they bring to the game new feature-wise is way more difficult, and we're going to need good support champions to handle that content. That's why I like this champion. I'm a bigger fan of him than I have been in a lot of the fusion champions in quite a while in the game. So it looks like we actually will lose our Coldheart. No big deal, though. I mean, obviously, we'll kill the spider in just as soon as somebody lands a big hit here. Royal Guard, you're up, man. Go ahead and end this. End this so I can end the video. Boom. Oh, so close. Oh, wow, look at this. We might... Nah. The spider has no health left. And there's the shield. There's the weaken. And there she goes. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, take care, guys.